What's up, guys? It's Will here, back again, and this morning I'm here with an exciting news update because InArt official YouTube page posted some updates and some clarification and some news and some things that I think they're going to be pretty exciting for collectors. So we're going to take a look, we're going to sort of react and sort of break it all down for you this morning. That said, guys, let's waste no more time and jump right into it. I'm going to kind of scroll through the video. It's actually translated. It's not actually in English, but you can see it has English subtitles. So InArt just kind of starting out here, you can see there's a lot of questions to be answered, I think, or to be raised at minimum, considering the background that they've shown. Considering, look, you have Gandalf, you have Batman. We know those figures are coming already, but you got a Hasbro logo in the back. This is very akin to sort of what Prime 1 does in their showcases. If you've watched Prime 1 showcases before, they have sort of the logos, the universes, the characters, things like that, to give you a tease of what's to come. So I don't know if InArt is being a little bit cheeky here and saying like, hey, we have some plans for some really cool stuff within these licenses, but the most important one you would think would be that Marvel Studios logo in the very bottom right. Maybe it's a Queen Studios thing because they do a bunch of Marvel statues, and Viper is actually one of the main artists over at InArt. He will go on to say that InArt and Queen Studios are connected, and they're just sort of different, like areas of the company. Essentially, one area of the company is sort of doing the 1/6 scale collectible stuff, and then of course the Queen Studio is doing the statues, busts, and similar type of collectibles. So yeah, this is really exciting because I don't know what they could be doing from the Hasbro line. Maybe they pursue that at 1/6 at some point. That honestly is a really, really good question. I don't know what could be coming from that, but Marvel, that is a very interesting proposition. If somehow Hot Toys and InArt were able to acquire Marvel licenses and InArt was able to make Marvel figures, boys and girls, think how exciting that would be. Think how exciting the competition would ramp up and create really high-end collectibles that everyone could be happy with. Of course, we have 2.5, 3 InArt figures that have released thus far, but so far it appears they've all been bangers. So right now, InArt's got a good momentum to their journey. So that's it, guys. Let's continue here. So you're talking about brand InArt, founded in 2021. It's crazy to think that InArt's like 2 years old now, but that's really been what's happening here. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. So InArt does the 1/6 scale collectibles. Queen Studios, if you collect statues, they do the statues collectibles. So that's pretty exciting. And then they hope to make the best interpretation of characters, of course. So collectors get the best stuff in hand. So they talked about how they recently shipped Gandalf and Pennywise, at least the small batches. Like I have my Gandalf, and I do think that people are going to get their Gandalfs shipped soon, at least from what I've heard. Pennywise should be shipping soon, and Pennywise should be probably a smaller batch anyway. So I'm going to assume that one's going to ship probably a little more quickly than Gandalf. I assume Gandalf is probably going to reach people before because it released technically before, but I will say that Pennywise is probably going to be a smaller batch. So if you did order Pennywise, I think you're going to get yours relatively quickly, would be my estimation. Mine has finally shipped, so I'm very excited about that. But yeah, one thing he does want to note, this is something that came up in my review with a decent amount of comments. There are going to be slight variations in terms of the rooted hair. You are going to have to do the customization and futzing to your own level of comfort. So you're going to have to futz it to where you think it looks good. So if Gandalf's hair, you want it front over the shoulders or want to adjust certain strands here and there, with rooted hair, you're going to have to do that. You're not going to be significant more often than not, unless you're Kiko. Kiko had to do some pretty significant work to his. But short of that, you don't. It requires minimal futzing, minimal adjustments in the tailoring and the outfit and the head sculpt. And then honestly, you can tailor it and tweak it to your liking, but you can make it look really good. I got some feedback from you guys on my Gandalf. I posted an update picture on my community tab. If you want to check that out, check out the review as well. And yeah, so you can adjust it and people seem to think it looked better. So yeah, guys, just take your time with it. And yeah, that's pretty cool. So they talked about movable eyeballs as well. Yeah, there's movable eyes in the future to be like Pennywise's, where essentially like each eye will move independently instead of having the eyes move together. You're gonna think I'm crazy. With Pennywise, maybe a little bit different because his eyes are pretty wonky and they do a bunch of crazy shit. I actually like having the stick that moves both eyes together, because when they move separately, it's almost too much power, because it takes a lot of time to get them in a natural sort of state where they're even, where the eyes are in a state where, both eyes are consistent with one another in whatever position they may be in. But if you're looking at Pennywise, that's not necessarily as crucial, because his eyes, Bill Skarsgård, he did that all practically. Like, it wasn't CGI. Bill Skarsgård can actually do that with his eyes, and he was doing that on set and just kind of like fucking moving them around and shit. So it's pretty cool. But it sounds like they're gonna maybe consider doing that for future, for having a separate stick, or move them all into eyes independently, which a lot of people will like that. I'm not sure I'm a fan of that. I like the simplicity of the one stick. I think that's just a little bit better. So yeah, and then the hairline, of course, they're going to talk about just sort of adjustments and things like that. One of the more interesting things, so they're talking about the techniques in this in the future, but one of the more interesting things that I think was pretty cool was the Aragorn and Batman figures. So they're talking about sort of updates in relation to this. And you can see our team are working hard to increase our production speed and efficiency without compromising on quality. So honestly, I would expect to see the Batman sometime soon, like maybe before the end of this year or maybe early Q1. Worst case, say maybe like March of 2024. I don't think that's crazy, but they've been updating the Batman head sculpt, and it appears they're updating the cape, Aragorn's belt and buckle, and they gave Aragorn a cloak. So that's pretty cool. I am super excited for Aragorn. I'm actually pretty excited for the Batman. I'm going to watch the Batman again before I get it in hand. But yeah, I think it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool, guys. I think there's a lot of excitement going on here. You can see the Batman in the background there. So Harry Potter line, for those who are Potterheads, there are some exciting updates for this InArt line. So what they've said is that they are going to expand the Harry Potter line. So you are going to be able to collect more than just Harry Potter from this Harry Potter line. So for those who are very excited about Harry Potter figures, get more excited because you're going to have lots of opportunity to get things that you want. So Viper here is saying that InArt has plans to develop this line further. So who knows? What could we see? Could we see Ron? Could we see Hermione? Could we see Dumbledore or Voldemort? Or could we see Dobby? Dobby's a free elf now. Maybe you could see him. Like, there's so many things that they can make from the Harry Potter line. Again, Harry Potter is not really my shit, but I would like to watch it again. Maybe I would be a little more appreciative of it, but I'm going to try watching it again and see how I feel. Same goes with the Midman, the Batman, and then we'll kind of go from there. But I'm excited that InArt is sort of communicating like this. This is great. I mean, you don't have to do this every month or something, but if you do it every once in a while, like, hey, this is kind of what we're doing. This is what we're thinking. Here's a little sneak peek just to give you a little appetizer. I think that's good. And the figures have been coming out. And once you guys get these in hand, I think you're going to be very happy with them. They're going to be just really exciting to add to your collection. So I think you're going to be happy with that overall. But Harry Potter, yes, we are going to expand the line, it sounds like, for InArt. So yeah, I think that's pretty cool. So that's at least what Viper is saying. So yeah, I am very excited about this. I think that this is going to be pretty cool. And yeah, I'm excited to see that Harry Potter. Harry Potter one is questionable because it's a kid figure and it's also Harry Potter. Like, do collectors love Harry Potter enough? I guess they do. I'm sure there'll be some comments below. So let me know whether you love Harry Potter or not. I need to give it another go. So they have some exciting plans. For me, guys, look, they haven't said anything about this. I really want to see Legolas. I really want to see Daenerys and Jon Snow. I really want to see, who else was on that list? Oh, Arthur Fleck Joker. That's a crucial one for me. I'm really hyped for that one. So those are the type of things that I really want to see. And InArt's working hard. And I mean, I am glad right now they're prioritizing sort of delivering on what they've promised so far, delivering on the figures that have already been announced instead of creating all this new stuff and all these new pre-orders, you know, that are not being fulfilled in front of the old ones. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited to see what happens. So Paul Atreides and Dune and Michael Jackson, those will probably be the next POs that we see. I would assume that next we're probably going to see Superman, and then probably after that we'll see the MJ and then Paul Atreides, somewhere in that order. But I'm not as excited about the MJ. I know Kiko is. Kiko's a huge MJ fan. Dune, Paul Atreides, I'm interested in. I'm intrigued by. I definitely want to see more for Paul Atreides because that looked really, really good. So did the Og Toys one, though, to be fair. But and the Dune 2 trailer looks very nice. I saw they delayed the film, which kind of is unfortunate. But, you know, all the strikes going on, it makes sense. So Superman's being optimized. I think that Superman maybe could go the route of Aragorn, where they update the head sculpt and it's just like absolutely awesome. But we're gonna see. We really don't know, because remember originally I didn't hate it. I liked the original Aragorn head sculpt. I thought it was like an 8, but then I saw the update and I was like, yeah, that's a 10. That is a 10. So they updated it. So they updated the Batman as well. I'm hoping they update the Superman Henry Cavill for you guys. I'll probably end up picking up that Superman for a review and then probably won't keep it, but I do intend on picking it up because I really do want to see all the InArt figures in hand and review them for you guys. And kind of go from there. So yeah, that's pretty cool. There's a lot of good updates in this film. Of course, we got the Harry Potter line expansion. We got updates on sort of the eye system that they might end up going with maybe separate joysticks with separate movable eyes. Again, I kind of like the simplicity of the one eye system, the one stick to move both eyes just for consistency. But, you know, everyone's going to be different how they approach that. More power can sometimes be a good thing. Sometimes it can be a thing that leaves you with some head scratching because it's like, oh my God, I can't get these eyes to line up right. So yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff happening. Look, you know, for a risk of sounding like an InArt fanboy, that Gandalf is just incredible. It really got me invested in the brand just because it's so good. That Gandalf is really, when I unboxed it, I was like, damn, dude, this thing is pretty insane. So I cannot wait. My Pennywise is en route. And very, very excited. You guys know that's the one I've been excited about the most. But let me know down in the comments below what you're most excited for from InArt coming up and what you hope to see. And, you know, Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings or all that good stuff. But like I said, I want to see Legolas. I want to see Danny and John and Arthur Fleck. Those are really the big ones for me right now. And yeah, hopefully InArt keeps pumping out these releases. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out. See you later. Bye. 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 I got to end this. Hold on. Here we go. Bye.